Hey guys, it's been a while again. I just want to share something that I've been kind of going through in my own life, and it's that fear of failure. I actually just had a conversation with my mentor a few weeks ago when this kind of came up, and he was just talking to me about giving me permission to do something and to act on something. And I just told him that I didn't want to mess up, and I didn't want to fail. And he just spoke so much wisdom into that, and he's just telling me about how much knowledge and how much wisdom and insight can come from failure, and about how we can't be afraid to fail. And that really hit me. And how many of us can relate to that, and in how many ways can we relate to that? Because the world tells us to be the best that we could be, to be perfect, to do everything with utmost perfection. Right? And we want to work at things, we want to be good at things, we want to show the world we are the best us we can be. But a lot of times we just get caught in fear. And sometimes we even ignore God because we don't want to mess up, especially when God's calling us to do something, right? Like he tells us to step out and be obedient, and we're like, well God, that's awesome, but I don't want to fail you. And so we end up not doing anything. And how much more damaging can that be? Now, I understand that there are times that God says sit and wait, but even in the midst of sitting and waiting, there's still things that he calls us to. There's still obediences, whether it be just come and be with me, or, read specific passages, whatever it may be. We can't be captivated and caught by this fear of failure, especially in a ministry context, and in youth ministry with lives that are being involved and being changed and things like that. You don't want to mess up, right? But it's going to happen. Sometimes we even feel like we're following what God has called us to do, but in reality we're just being followed, like we're being led by our own feelings and desires, and we find out that it's not really what God was calling. But how much did we learn from that? And how much wisdom came out of that too, because especially even just, being something that we know not to do again, right? And so I just want to encourage you today, as I'm learning as well, not to be caught up in this fear of failure, because there's so much life, there's so much love, there's so much wisdom and knowledge and mercy that comes from God through those things. And we have to be okay with correction too. So I just want to encourage you that, especially when it comes to the realm of asking God for things, go at it with 100%. Work at everything with 100%. And don't be afraid of correction. Don't be afraid of failure, because God is covering you with so much love, grace, and mercy, because he loves you so much.